Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video, and definitely not intending to jump on the bandwagon here. I've heard about this on friends on other social media mentioning it, and it's still a big topic outside of anything internet. It's coming up, it's still on our TV news once in a while and that too, but yeah, the Trump address, that speech, a lot of people still talking about it. Like I said, I wasn't one to jump right on the bandwagon the very next day after that big Trump speech, but I'm gonna say my piece because I saw it with my own eyes. No bandwagoning here. I have a mind of my own, and it literally confirms all the shit that I believe about Democrats. And yes, and this is how, definitely not on the bandwagon. I'm just not here to be on the bandwagon. I'm here to tell you that their behavior, the Democrats' behavior in that speech, actually amplified my contempt for them. I wasn't happy with Democrats when they talked about the Capitol riot, and at the same time the George Floyd riots destroyed a lot of people's businesses. They didn't give a damn. I voted Trump this time around to spite that shit. But they actually confirmed even more for a good reason. They gave me, and speaking for myself, more reason to hate them just as much as I hate activists. Just like I said in the video, valid reasons to hate activists, I'm giving you valid reasons to hate Democrats. You can't even give them the benefit of the doubt anymore now, because, yeah, the black kid, the cancer survivor kid, everybody clapped. And, hey, I did videos preaching about crocodile emotion. Everybody that, wants to one-up. That's about having your feelings not genuine. You got to one-up somebody and then point how the other one looks bad. My point is, the Democrats I always regarded, even before the internet, when I listened to Jim Quinn back in the 1990s when I worked at a particular factory. Even I didn't let him do my talking for me, but ever since even hearing him before the internet, I always regarded the Democrats as the kings and queens and the masters of crocodile emotion. The kings and queens of crocodile emotion and the masters of crocodile emotion. They were willing to jump at the chance of crocodile emotion just to make, like, say, maybe a cancer kid or some dying baby or anything, just to say, oh, look at me and look how this Republican or this conservative, how heartless they are. They didn't do that this time. You'd think that they would just you'd think, okay, in a speech like that, instead of doing what they were doing, they would have been jumping at a chance in there and outside of there on the news media, trying to show how more compassionate they are than Democrats. But they did the opposite. They sat in the room, they little signs they brought in wearing pink, sat there with arms crossed, for the kid. Like I said, I expected crocodile emotion, inflated crocodile emotion from people like them because they're masters of it. Well, and then you can't accuse Trump or any Republican of crocodile emotion. Trump was just announcing it and saying, hey, look how far the kid has come, way to go to the kid. He didn't go. Yeah, Trump would look really ridiculous if he did, though. Crocodile emotion. Oh my God. He don't do shit like that, but he was trying to, everybody else clapped to them Democrats. They were sitting in there like damn punk-ass kids in high school. Remember back when some of us were in high school? Well, matter of fact, a few of us we admit we might have probably, for whatever reasons, with beefs we had with teachers or getting into fights, uh, being like this in the refusing to participate in the classroom in high school, and then that's it, to the principal's office with you. Get out of here. You know what I mean? That's what they were behaving like. That's what they were behaving like. Grown-ass men and women been out of high school years ago, and they're doing the same postures as like when we were in high school, when we were school kids. Acting like a bunch of punk-ass school kids, you know, being rebellious, defiant, or whatever. Oh, also acting like maybe the young kid or teenager that the parents dragged them to church and they're just being, you know, like that, you know. That's what they look like. How can you have respect for that? Even if you're a Democrat. I mean, I imagine there's probably some Democrats out there that are like, you know, I'm a Democrat, but I'm not like that, you know. Well, then more power to you, you know what I mean? But, yeah, there was talk about Democrats being embarrassed to be a Democrat because of shit like that. But, well, yeah, they're acting like punk-ass school kids during that speech. You know, one guy was kicked out or whatever the hell. But yeah, who the fuck do they think they are, being punks like that, acting like they have the right to be mad? They couldn't control their own people. Everything from what I said with the younger generation, liberals and Democrats on TikTok, to those school teachers going on TikTok. I don't want to keep bringing up TikTok, but even outside of TikTok, pushing the envelope with arrogance. You know, how I said, well, instead of smugly acting like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, going on social media and TikTok and even out there in the world and on TV news, admitting their radical beliefs and with their arrogance. Before, when they used to just smugly deny it and do it discreetly, they were openly admitting it, like younger generation, even people, grown-ass men and women that are school teachers, going on social media and going on TikTok, and YouTubers showing it, which pretty much proved that it's not in their heads conspiracy theory. And I keep bringing up social media because, well, a lot of us, some YouTubers were featuring those people. You know, like, even if you want to say they're trolling and thinking it's funny, definitely was not good for the election, because it showed people what kind of creeps were out there, and people were voting for Trump a lot more out of spite, because they were basically, in my opinion, if you got this far in this video, I think I keep bringing that up because I'm thoroughly convinced that seeing with grown-ass people and school teachers teaching bad behavior and then admitting a bunch of shit normally they'd be saying, what are you talking about? I think a lot of people were so creeped out. Yes, right-leaning people were so creeped out. And I'm thinking even some people that were kind of neutral and leaned kind of left got creeped out, and then they turned around and voted Republican for that reason. I mean, you probably had a lot of people that were Democrat and kind of liberal, or somewhat liberal, or maybe moderate. They probably seen that kind of behavior and said, you know what, I don't want to be associated with that. And, oh, maybe Donald Trump was accused of this, that, or whatever, and he'd be the charges, but still, I still don't want to be associated with creeps on TikTok that are school teachers admitting to and advocating what we regard as bad behavior and as pedophile and sick behavior, and teaching, not just young kids. I keep bringing up TikTok and social media, but it's not just young kids. I says school teachers, grown-ass school teachers, teaching people to act like this. And the people that defend and know about that behavior were actually Democrat politicians sitting right in their room in a big hall there during the Trump address speech thing. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of people sitting in that room with their little signs and not clapping for a cancer kid were the same ones that support all that bullshit that teachers doing on TikTok and outside of social media. Like I said, the arrogance of the liberal Democrat far left literally creeped out even some moderate Democrats and moderate liberals, in my opinion, and they voted for Trump because I think people were just starting to act really creepy at the same time. Well, I'm spilling this conversation and then this into that stuff, but it's not off the subject and rambling. It's for good reason. It's to describe the character of these people. Well, and just because they have contempt for Trump, they hate Trump. Oh yeah, and if you get this far in this video too, if it was, if it was a Democrat parent and his kid, for example, one that was remember that one couple of years ago, I think during the pandemic, it was still going on. That kid, the parents coached to go right up in the same room with Buttigieg and says, "I want to be gay and brave just like you." Oh, Buttigieg, you're so brave. If I want to be just like you, and that kid was oh yeah, they'd be clapping for that. The kind of people don't clap for a. Oh yeah, liberals, ones that they claim that like all black people and all black kids. Oh, if you're a black kid that has Republicans for parents, maybe wanting to be a police officer or whatever, and beat cancer. Oh, you don't get a clap. They're probably those people they didn't clap for that kid. They also want abortions too. They want people to just have sex with whoever and whatever they want, and just go have abortions and have taxpayers pay for it. They don't want anybody having kids, raising kids, whether they have cancer or healthy, to be inspired by better people in life and want to do something with their life. Other than do drugs and do whatever the hell else. I mean, because they're just defenders of and part of that culture. And I regard them as getting into politics, and they just literally, they leave a double. They're leading a double life going on there. You can imagine what probably might have been going on. You know what I mean? I don't even want to. I don't even want to say it because the algorithm might catch the video and might not take the video down, but create that age limit thing where the person has to confirm that what they were doing with YouTube. So they actually advocate everything else, hate conservatives with a passion. And that's putting aside that even though I criticize some conservatives and far right at the same time, if it's any consolation to anybody. But these people hate anybody that ain't them. You're even a moderate conservative. If you're not even if you're not even far right, if you're a moderate conservative and you're not in with all their shit and bowing down to all their shit, if you're not bowing down to transgender Knezer, you're shit to them. And maybe, what is it? Maybe their masks are just falling off, or they're, like I said, being the kings and queens of crocodile emotion. That crocodile emotion is only reserved for parents and kids that are like Democrat, and that want to teach their kids to be gay and trans. It's that crocodile emotion, and that they express, and they're the kings and queens of, is not for anybody that say, even if they're they lean moderate, they're a moderate right or moderate conservative that maybe leans left, even left a little bit once in a while. They don't like you. It's their way or no way. And that's it, And they don't get their way. They sit there like they're doing now, sitting there like a bunch of punk kids in high school. You know, I mean, that, like when we were in high school. The same posture. That's all I'm saying. That's it.